Very good morning, class. This is Rajiv Chauhan, and today the class was to be conducted by Alok sir, but unfortunately his health is not so fine, so he is taking rest. So instead of Alok sir, who teaches you geography, I'll be telling you something about economics, okay? So once he will come out of his bed, then he will resume his classes. So before we start the conceptual part of economics, I would like to introduce myself to you, and I would like to briefly tell you about the syllabus, okay? As I told you, my name is Rajiv Chauhan, and I'm an engineer. I have graduated from one of the elite institutions of this land, and after engineering, I went to London to work for HSBC Bank, and I worked there for 2 years. Then I came back to India, and then I started preparing civil services examination, and in IAS examination, I have given 4 consecutive interviews, okay? And almost for the last 6 years, I have been teaching in many of the institutions in Delhi. And so, economics, okay? This is about me. Slowly and gradually, you will learn more about me as we progress, as we march towards the completion of our syllabus. You will learn more about me, okay? So, fine. So, many people would say that UPSC asked this, UPSC asked that. One thing very important, well, UPSC is more like a black box. एक black box की तरह है. Now, what is black box? Black box means that you can see the box, but what happens inside the box, you have no idea. So how an answer is evaluated, from where the questions are coming, all these things, who designed the question, who are their consultant, we don't exactly know, or no one does that for that matter, okay? So what is important for us is that what UPSC gives to us. UPSC gives 2 things to us. One is your syllabus, other thing is your questions. These are the only 2 things that UPSC provide to us. Nothing else. UPSC never says what is their marking scheme. You will appear in the UPSC examination, and if you put up an RTI that you want to see your script, evaluated script, in order to ascertain how well you have performed or what kind of answer fetches what kind of marks, you will not get it, okay? आपको कुछ भी नहीं दिया जाएगा. तो अंदर क्या होता है वो ब्लैक बॉक्स के टाइप का है, तो हमारे को पता नहीं होता है एग्जैक्टली क्या है उसका. तो जो है, जो दिया जा रहा है, वट एवर इज गिवन हियर, वी विल डू एवरीथिंग बेस्ड ऑन दैट, ओके? So one thing very important, I believe that everyone has told you, that most important is understanding the syllabus. Syllabus को समझना बहुत जरूरी है, okay? And not just the syllabus that I will be teaching. Of course, I will be teaching economics. I will be dealing with the syllabus of economics in great length. But understanding the entirety of understanding the entirety of the syllabus is of paramount importance. वो एक idea देता है how to approach about this examination. Okay? So, first thing first, we will try to understand the syllabus. Okay? हम लोग सिलेबस को समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो आपका पेपर 1, पेपर 2, पेपर 3 and paper 4. UPSC mains examination is going on. Fine. You can see the kind of question they are asking. That will give you some idea. So paper 1, it has history, culture, society, and geography. Fine. Paper 2 has your constitution, your polity, your social justice, governance, and international relation. Third में, here comes economics. Economics, internal security, science and technology, disaster management and environment. And paper 4, this is ethics. ये ethics का syllabus है. Remember, UPSC never does anything without a valid reason, without a logical foundation. UPSC never does anything. UPSC कुछ भी नहीं करता है बिना लॉजिक का, याद रखिएगा. ठीक है, वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में ही लिखा गया है जहां पे यूपीएससी के बारे में लिखा गया है. यूपीएससी इज अ बॉडी टू प्रोटेक्ट एंड प्रमोट द मेरिट सिस्टम इन दिस कंट्री. सो यूपीएससी इज कंप्लीटली बेस्ड ऑन मेरिट. तो यूपीएससी व्हेन दे डिजाइन्ड दिस सिलेबस, जब ये पूरा सिलेबस डिजाइन किया था तो कुछ तो दिमाग में होगा ना यूपीएससी का. इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ यूपीएससी, then it will become very very easy for you to understand everything. Got it? हर चीज समझ लेंगे आप अगर यूपीएससी का सिलेबस समझ लिए. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वन शुड अंडरस्टैंड द फिलोसॉफिकल बेसिस, द साइकोलॉजी बिहाइंड दिस पर्टिकुलर सिलेबस. द एंटायर पेपर 1, 2, 3, 4 टेल्स यू नथिंग बट वन थिंग. एक ही चीज बताता है वो, दैट इज idea of India. इंडिया का क्या आइडिया है, यही चीज पूरा सिलेबस बताता है. एंड आई विल प्रूव इट टू यू. ओके, आई विल प्रूव इट टू यू. फॉर इंस्टेंस, इफ इंडिया इज सम एक ह्यूमन बीइंग टाइप है, ओके, देन दिस ह्यूमन बीइंग का क्या, पेपर 1 में क्या, हिस्ट्री, कल्चर, सोसाइटी, ज्योग्राफी. ज्योग्राफी टेल्स यू द ज्योग्राफी, द एंटायर, द फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंडिया. इंडिया दिखता कैसा है वो बताता है आपको. सेकेंड, सोसाइटी, दैट इंडियन सोसाइटी, व्हाट इज द कल्चर ऑफ इंडिया, हाउ सोसाइटी, व्हाट आर द वैल्यूज ऑफ इंडियन सोसाइटी. गॉट इट? थर्ड, history of India, how India has progressed from the time immemorial till 2021. What is the history? Who and all ruled India? What are the major events happened in India? So it tells you the physical and historical and cultural aspect of India, idea of India. First thing, paper 1 tells you the foundation of India. Paper 1 tells you the physical structure of India and how Indian society evolved since time immemorial. Okay? पहला चीज पेपर 1 ये बताता है, ध्यान रखिएगा. पेपर 2 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है. इसमें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या होता है? If I have to define constitution in a very layman's term, लेमन के टर्म में अगर हम डिफाइन करते हैं इसको, तो क्या है, व्हाट इज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज नथिंग बट अ रूल बुक. एक रूल बुक है वेयर द citizen has certain rights, certain duties. Where the government has certain rights, certain duty, who will become the prime minister, who will become the president, all these things is prescribed. एक रूल बुक है. मतलब जो ये इंडिया है, हाउ द इंडिया विल फंक्शन, इंडिया फंक्शन थ्रू अ रूल. पॉलिटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या है? रूल बताता है. द गवर्नेंस, हाउ इंडिया फंक्शन, हाउ इंडिया इज बीइंग ऑपरेशनल. इंडिया को ऑपरेट कैसे करता है? व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट एजेंसीज दैट ऑपरेट इंडिया? एजेंसीज लाइक पुलिस, एजेंसी लाइक द सर्विसेज दैट यू वांट टू ज्वाइन, IAS, दैट सिविल सर्विसेज, पुलिस सर्विस, द आर्मी, all these things are managing the affairs of India. Got it? So second part mostly and IR, India's relationship with neighbors. इसका जो relationship है अगल बगल वाले neighbor से क्या है? Got it? So have this one thing in your mind. Paper 1 tells you what? The foundation of India, the physical settings of India. Paper 2 tells you how India is operational, how India is operating, what are the functions adopted by different agencies, or what are the agencies which works in the operation of India. Okay? Then paper 3, economy, science, tech. ये सब क्या है? Economy is what? Economy is aspirational. Economy क्या है? Aspirational है. When Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, मोदी जी कहते we will make India $5 trillion economy. $5 trillion economy बनाएंगे. What is this? This is the aspiration of India. Do you remember when Chandrayaan का लैंडिंग नहीं हो पाया था मून पे सही से, हार्ड लैंडिंग हो गया था, एंड द एंटायर मिशन was destroyed. Everyone in the country was sad. Why? Because we had that aspiration. We wanted to land on the moon. And that never happened. Since it never happened, our aspiration was destroyed at that time. So paper 3 talks about the aspiration. Resource, financial resource, human resource, all these things, how it will be managed. Okay? That paper 3 tells you. Economy, science, ये सब यूज करके क्या इंडिया को डेवलप किया जाएगा, विकसित किया जाएगा, बहुत ज्यादा पावरफुल बनाया जाएगा. ठीक है? तो पेपर 1, पेपर 2, पेपर 3. I am just trying to make you understand the underlining idea why UPSC has formed this syllabus. As I already mentioned, that UPSC never does anything out of the blue. UPSC does everything with certain logic behind it. The logic that I am trying to make you understand. Okay? Paper 4 में आते हैं. Paper 4 talks about morality, ethics, integrity, all these values. Okay? Remember, no society, this is a sweeping comment I am going to make. No society in the annals of civilization has progressed or become great without having very strong moral foundation. एक कहावत सुना होगा आपने, that the Nero was playing flute when the Rome was burning. Nero was the emperor of Rome, the great Roman Empire. जब पूरा लूट पाट हो रहा था, दंगे हो रहे थे, तो नेरो अपना क्या कर रहा था? म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजा रहा था. तो जब मोरालिटी ऑफ द किंग वैसा हो, तो डू यू रियली थिंक दैट द पीपल विल चूज टू बी मोरल? पीपल विल नेवर चूज टू बी मोरल. तो पूरा का पूरा इतना बड़ा साम्राज्य खत्म हो गया. तो कोई भी सोसाइटी, कोई भी समाज वो विकसित हो सकता है तभी जबकि उस सोसाइटी में मोरालिटी हो, एथिक्स हो, धर्म हो। अधर्म करने वाला सोसाइटी लंबे समय तक टिक नहीं सकता है, और एस्पिरेशन चाहे आपका जो भी हो, यू विल नेवर एवर बी एबल टू अचीव इट। You get my point? So paper 4 tells you that what is the moral standard of India and what ought to become, what India ought to become. पावरफुल बनने के लिए मोरालिटी भी बहुत जरूरी है, नहीं तो नहीं बन पाएंगे आप। ओके, सो दिस इज पेपर 1, पेपर 2, पेपर 3, पेपर 4। सो आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया को अगर बताना पड़ेगा, if someone asks you in interview that what is the idea of India according to you, okay, then these are the things that you should be mentioning. Exactly, these are the things that you should be mentioning. Now, paper 1 क्या बताया हमने? Paper 1 that it tells about the foundation of India, the physical settings of India, the cultural ethos of India, the custom, the cuisine of India, ये सब बताता है। इंडिया है क्या, डायरेक्ट दिखाता है फिजिकल वे में। दूसरा, हाउ इंडिया विल फंक्शन। बच्चे होते हैं अगर आप, तो आपको भी तो कुछ रूल्स बताया जाता है ना, कि बेटा ये नहीं करना, ये करना, ये नहीं करना, ये करना, चोरी करना गलत बात, स्टीलिंग इज बैड, lying is bad. These are certain rules that is placed on you as a child or as an adult function. Then aspiration, बेटा बड़ा होकर क्या बनना चाहते हो? पायलट बनना चाहते हो, आईएएस बनना चाहते हो, पुलिस ऑफिसर बनना चाहते हो, प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनना चाहते हो? What do you want to become? Aspiration, aspirational, paper 3. Paper 4, morality. कभी किसी को दुख मत पहुंचाना, help people who are in need. This is moral system. Okay, so the entire paper 1, 2, 3, 4 is nothing but idea of India. UPSC particularly designed it with the motive that I have enlisted to you. पहला लाइन जो सिलेबस का कहता है यूपीएससी में, वो लाइन कहता है that an aspirant is not supposed to be the subject expert in the syllabus mentioned, rather a common man's understanding would do. इस तरह का वाक्य लिखा हुआ, इस तरह का लाइन लिखा गया है वहां पे। क्यों? Because UPSC doesn't want you to be an expert. If you want to show your expertise, there is an optional paper where you can demonstrate your expertise. But as far as general studies concerned, they just want you to be aware, fully aware by the idea of India. India को जानो, बस ये कहता है वो। इतना जान लोगे काफी है। The moment you know who India is, what India stand for, आप अगर इसको अच्छे से जानते हैं तो नंबर भी आपको अच्छा आएगा, और आप फुल्ली इनेबल्ड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर होंगे, आईएएस आईपीएस होंगे, जो जानता है तो डेफिनेटली बहुत आराम से कर लेगा काम, राइट? अच्छे से चला पाएंगे आप इंडिया को, अगर इंडिया का आइडिया समझते हैं तो। ओके, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर द syllabus. Now let's jump to economic syllabus. Okay. अभी अपना इकोनॉमिक्स में आते हैं. फाइन. तो इसमें हम पहले देखते हैं इंपॉर्टेंस. इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स इन योर सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन. ओके. तो अपना क्या क्या होता है? सॉरी, प्रीलिम्स, मेंस में क्या है? GS and essay, and your personality test. Personality test. Okay? Now, कोई चीज को पढ़ते हैं हम, तो one should we understand, one should know that what is its application, what is its utility. Okay? So, इन पीटी कितना क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है वो मैं बताता हूं आपको. फाइन. हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चन हैज बीन आस्क्ड लेटली, दैट आई विल टेल यू. ओके, कितना क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है ये आप जानेंगे तो आप खुद ब खुद इंपॉर्टेंट समझ जाएंगे. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 और 20, इतना एनालाइज कर लेते हैं हम, पता चल जाएगा. ठीक है. ये है क्वेश्चन, नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन. 2000 इन द ईयर 2015 18 क्वेश्चन आउट ऑफ 100, टोटल 100 क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं. आउट ऑफ 100 18 क्वेश्चन केम फ्रॉम इकोनॉमिक्स. In 2016, 30 question, mark my word, 30 question or 30% of the entire question asked came from your economics. 17, 22, 18, 20, 19, 21, 20, 22. So अगर भी देखें, अगर हम आप और आप, तो लगभग रख लो, 20 to 22 question. Nearly 20 to 22 question comes from economics alone in preliminary examination. Okay? Preliminary examination में 20 से 22 क्वेश्चन, means the weightage is 20, more than 20%. Okay? So you can well imagine the importance of economics as far as your examination is concerned. Fine? इतना क्वेश्चन आता है प्रीलिम्स में. मेंस में घुसते हैं, चलते हैं जनरल स्टडीज. ओके, फाइन. जनरल स्टडीज का क्या है मामला वो देखते हैं. पेपर 3, 50% of your syllabus is economics. If you see the syllabus, then 50% of your syllabus is economics. आप देख सकते हैं, खुद देखिए. Okay? Then ये कितना 125 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन भी पूछे जाते हैं. ठीक है, 10 क्वेश्चन लगभग रहता है आपको. 50% सिलेबस है तो 50%. Okay. अब इन पेपर 1 you will have social issues. उसमें क्या है? Poverty, unemployment, inclusion, sustainable development, all these things. Okay? Now these things is also covered in economics. Economics में भी आप ये सब चीज पढ़ेंगे. Thoroughly, you will read about these things thoroughly. Paper 2, सोशल जस्टिस सेक्शन, उसमें भी बहुत सारा पोर्शन है जो इकोनॉमिक्स से होता है. गॉट इट? सो यू कैन इमेजिन दैट नॉट जस्ट पेपर 3 बट इन पेपर 1, इन पेपर 2 देयर इज ह्यूज कन्वर्जेंस एज वेल. इन पेपर 1 एग्रीकल्चर सेक्शन होगा आपको ज्योग्राफी में. ओके, अब ये एग्रीकल्चर और इकोनॉमी दोनों मिला के यूपीएससी क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं हर साल 500 के आसपास. एवरी ईयर दे आस्क क्वेश्चन, 5 क्वेश्चन. सो यहां पे भी आपका यूटिलिटी है. आप सिलेबस टुडे यू गो टू योर, आफ्टर द क्लास इज ओवर, दिस इज माय recommendation to every single person. Go to their home, take out the syllabus, Just take a look. I told you, UPSC, how UPSC evaluate other things, no one exactly know. Everyone make a calculated guess, okay? Some people might claim that they have seen, they know examiner, but the reality is they don't know, okay? Now, so, अब आते हैं essay में, okay? We'll talk about essay. Essay has two parts. A section is philosophical, B section is factual. A section philosophical, B section factual. Philosophical जो रहता है वो थोड़ा डिफरेंट टाइप का ऐसे रहता है, लेकिन जहां तक फैक्चुअल का सवाल है, एज लॉन्ग एज फैक्चुअल इज कंसर्न, one question at least you will get from economics. Every year you will find that they ask one question, at least one question from economics section. So 125 marks वहां पे भी आपका हुआ. Okay? Now we will talk about personality test. Fine? अब जो इंटरव्यू है और पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट, see, when you go to interview round, there is this DAF, detailed application form. In DAF, UPSC asks you to fill every single thing. Your academic qualification, your hobby, your interest, whatever you have won as leadership quality, everything they ask. So maximum question comes from DAF. Okay? And other variety of question is your current affairs. Okay? Current affairs एक बहुत important segment है where UPSC asks question. If you see current affairs, majorly 3 sections are very important, or very important in the sense that so many news item you will find on day-to-day basis from these 3 sections. Okay? One is your economy, other is your polity, third is your IR. सबसे ज्यादा डेवलपमेंट जो होता है यही 3 चीज में होता है, एंड one of the portion is your economics. If you are very strong in economy, then you have edge in interview as well. They can simply put up a question to you that if you are the finance minister of this country today, what are the things that you should be doing? Or if you are the finance secretary of this country, what are the different suggestions you will be giving to the finance ministry? If you are the chief economic advisor of this country, what are the suggestions you will be giving to bring the banking sector back to track? इस तरह क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं. तो कैसे आप बोलोगे? If you don't have very good grasp over economics, you cannot answer those kind of question. Fine? You cannot answer those kind of question properly. So you have seen the importance of economics in prelims. More than 20 question you can expect in any given day. 125 marks question directly asked in paper 3. And in paper 1 there is huge convergence in terms of agriculture, in terms of industry, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of poverty, unemployment, those sort of issues. In paper 2, the social justice part, okay, there you can apply the concept of economics like inclusion, sustainability, ये सब चीज का आप apply कर सकते हैं. In interview as well, you have seen that significant number of question could be asked from economics, and in essay, one question is from it. So in totality, if I have to sum up, then in totality, economics is one of the most important subject for your exam, okay, and for life as well. Without understanding economy, very difficult for people to augment their wealth. Fine? चलिए, यहां तक समझ गए? कोई प्रॉब्लम हो तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं. I will be very happy to respond to your queries. Okay? Now, ठीक है. अब इकोनॉमी का सिलेबस में आते हैं, हम क्या क्या पढ़ेंगे, किस सीक्वेंस में पढ़ेंगे. बिफोर दैट आई वुड लाइक टू रेकमेंड यू टू रीड सर्टेन थिंग्स. ओके, तो रेफरेंस बुक क्या क्या आप लोग लेंगे. What are the different reference books that you guys should read? First thing is NCERT is a very, very good source. NCERT is a very good source. Class आपका 9th से 12th तक, ठीक है. हाँ, क्लास 12th में 2 बुक आती है, माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स एंड मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स. ओके, माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स नहीं पढ़ना है, फाइन. याद रखिए, प्लीज कीप दिस वन फैक्ट इन योर माइंड. यू डोंट हैव टू रीड माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स बिकॉज दैट इज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ योर सिलेबस. ओके, इट इज नॉट आस्क्ड इन यूपीएससी. मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ेंगे. दिस इज सोर्स नंबर 1. Source number 2 is very good book is your K. Shankar Ganesh. K. Shankar Ganesh, a very thin book. Lucidity is there. बहुत आराम से समझ लेंगे आप. K. Shankar Ganesh. And the third book is Uma कपिला. ये डेवलपमेंटल इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये मेंस के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये पीटी के लिए. ठीक है. अब along with these books you will read economic survey and budget. इकोनॉमिक सर्वे और बजट पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है. और नीति आयोग 3 years एक्शन एजेंडा. ये सब क्या है? रिपोर्ट है. ये हर साल आती है, ये 3 साल में एक बार आती है. ओके, सो इन सब से देखा गया, व्हाट वी हैव सीन लेटली, दैट क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी इनसे फॉर्म करता है. एंड दीज आर नॉट वेरी थिक. देयर आर 2 वॉल्यूम ऑफ इकोनॉमिक सर्वे. इतनी पतली पतली आती है. ओके, यू कैन रीड इट वेरी इजीली. इवन नीति आयोग 3 years एक्शन एजेंडा इज दिस मच thick only. Okay, few hundred pages, very easy to read. Nevertheless, these are the books that I have recommended. But it's my personal suggestion that as far as economics concerned, you guys will not find any problem. I will make you understand each and every concept. I will make you write notes for each and every topic. And the notes that you will be given will be in a very logical way, very sequential way, so that you will understand each and everything. Got it? उससे कम चल जाएगा बहुत हद तक. Notes with current affairs, if you substantiate, then that will suffice your purpose. Yes, if you want to read book, reading book is not a very bad thing. It's a very good thing rather. Then read, these are the books that I have highlighted, that I have mentioned. I believe that it is clear. अच्छा, एक चीज इस पे कमेंट आएगा, अगर आएगा तो. नहीं, वही मुझे लगा. Okay, so these are the recommendation reference book. And now we'll move forward. I believe that you guys have written that. Okay, ये सब जरूरी है, आप देख लीजिएगा. Now, syllabus. How are we going to proceed? how are we going to proceed? Okay. Vikash, what about your Ramesh Singh? I don't think is a very nice book, in my personal opinion. Okay, there are certain mistakes, and there are means it's a very cluttered book. Economy is very concept based, not fact based. Book is written, the premise is fact based. So definitely, I will not recommend. Notes मिलेगा मिलेगा मैं I will dictate many things. You will get many things in PDF format as well. Yes, Uma Kapila book is very good. आलोक रंजन सर का तबीयत खराब है, इसीलिए आज क्लास नहीं ले रहे हैं. ठीक हो जाएगा तो फिर लेंगे. Yes, 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 Praveen, definitely you will be provided with PDF. Okay? Fair. Yes, yes, ये क्लास प्रॉपर चलेगी. क्लास का आप लोग टेंशन ना ले. ठीक है? All the class will run according to the schedule. Okay? No, in economics, one should not read old NCRT. One should read the new NCRT, because in economics, facts are very much changing year on year basis. So you need to have recent facts, okay? आपकी क्लास कब से स्टार्ट होगी? अभी तो आज तो चलेगा, शायद कल भी चलेगा, उसके बाद फिर स्टार्ट होगी जब होगी. Sir, mostly our portion will finish by 2021. Yes, yes, of course. The class, I think in for 2021, because 4-hour classes is running, so I don't think that will take lots of time. We will finish it right on time. Writing skill. Okay, Mohit has asked a very good question. That writing skill. See, first, gather some knowledge, okay? Once you have some knowledge, then only you can write something. Without having knowledge, you cannot write something. And unless and until you cannot write something, you cannot make an improvement over it. So try to learn something. If it is geography, then learn geography, then try to attempt a question, right? Try to write down something. Then there is a certain process of answer writing. We will talk about answer writing as well. As our class progress, then we will jump into those things. Okay, Mohit, I believe that your doubts are clear. See, I will personally can't say the name of any other people. If you want to, you can read. Okay, if you don't want, then it's all right. Whatever is provided here, that will be sufficient you to clear the examination. Yes, Ankita, of course I will be doing that. Yes, yes, one should be writing in the class. I will be dictating as well. Whatever is written here, one should be writing it. That's a cursor. Yes, that will be enough, Manas. Hindu, one should read Hindu. Hindu is an excellent source. Okay, I think that you will have weekly current affairs as well. Along with that, you will have different sessions in a very refined way, like economic survey and other thing. That will be a segregated topic. You will understand in that way. Fine? Yes, yes, everything in economics, whatever has happened till yesterday, that will be discussed in your class. Not even a single thing will be left. Deepak, newspaper notes, sir. Yeah, that will be discussed in current affairs class. All right, Deepak? आज इकोनॉमी चल रहा है, जब करंट होगा तो हम डिस्कस करेंगे. फाइन. Okay. So, as now let's jump to our syllabus. So, the first thing we will do is general concept of economics. Then we will move to classification. ये सब लिखिए आप लोग, everyone write it down. Classification of economic system. Fine. Then, sorry. Business cycle. Then growth and development. Then inflation. Then national income. ठीक है. Then banking. Then monetary policy. Then money and capital market. Okay. मनी और कैपिटल मार्केट के बाद आपको फिस्कल पॉलिसी, देन टैक्सेशन, देन external sector. Okay. Then poverty, unemployment and inclusion. Okay. उसके बाद फिर आप पढ़ेंगे एग्रीकल्चर, फिर पढ़ेंगे इंडस्ट्री, फिर पढ़ेंगे फूड प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्री. ठीक है. फिर इन्वेस्टमेंट मॉडल. फाइन. यह है आपका कंप्लीट सिलेबस. दिस इज हाउ वी विल बी प्रोग्रेसिंग एज फार एज आवर सिलेबस इज कंसर्न. फाइन. हम लोग इसी तरह से चलेंगे. फाइन. ये जो रियल टाइम है. ओके. Yes, yes, Ambika, definitely we will discuss survey. Fine. I believe that you have written it. So, let's start with the basic idea of economy. ये नीचे नहीं जाएगा थोड़ा. हाँ, थोड़ा नीचे देखना था. अच्छा. Static with current issues. Yes, Bunty, we will do that. मानस सर के ऊपर से कोई बात नहीं, आप पढ़ लेंगे तो सर के ऊपर से नहीं जाएगा। ग्रामेटिकल करेक्शन तो होना चाहिए डेफिनेटली, यू नीड सर्टेन ग्रामर्स। आप रोज क्लास लेंगे, थोड़े दिन बाद मेरा डेली चलेगा, ठीक है? ठीक है, ओके। आई बिलीव दैट यू गाइज हैव रिटन एवरीथिंग डाउन, एंड देन नाउ लेट्स मूव। So the first question, that economy matlab kya hai? What do you mean by economy? Okay, this is the first thing that pops in anyone's mind. Okay, so we will try to discuss what is economics. This is the moot question that pops in everyone's mind the moment they jump into the fray of understanding economy. Fine? है क्या ये चीज? इसको समझते हैं? तो पहला क्वेश्चन को आंसर देते हैं। सी, economy is derived from a Greek term, two Greek terms. Oikos and nomos. Oikos और nomos दो शब्द है। These are the two term, Greek term. Okay? If you club these two, it will become this. Fine? The meaning of oikos is household. The meaning of nomos is management. Oikos plus nomos, household plus management, तो दोनों को क्लब कर दे तो क्या बोलेंगे? तो एरिस्टोटल said economics is the science of household management. Aristotle said that the economics is nothing but a science of household management. How a person manages their household, it is economics. कोई बहुत बड़ा चीज नहीं इकोनॉमिक्स। हाउस होल्ड कैसे मैनेज होता है, घर कैसे मैनेज होता है, वही है इकोनॉमिक्स। Now, in a common, more layman's term, if I have to make you understand, see, economics is a little bit tricky, but I will simplify the concept in such a way that every one of you will understand. But the one thing that I want from your side is your attendance, okay? If you lose the class, you will lose the streak. Fine? अगर मान लीजिए ये फैमिली ए है, दिस इज फैमिली ए, हम दो हमारे दो टाइप, फाइन। दिस इज फैमिली बी, दिस इज फैमिली बी, फैमिली ए एंड फैमिली बी। लेट्स से दूसरा कलर यूज कर लेते हैं। अर्निंग ऑफ फैमिली ए इज 25K पर मंथ, 25,000 रुपए पर मंथ कमाता है कौन? फैमिली ए। सेम गोज विथ फैमिली बी, 25K। एंड फैमिली में लिव्स इन 2 BHK और क्या है, ओन्ड है। दिस इज फैमिली ए लिव्स इन 2 BHK फ्लैट एंड ओन्ड बाय फैमिली ए। Then children go to good school and 4-wheeler own अ 4-व्हीलर. इनके पास क्या है? दे लिव इन 2 BHK बट रेंट पे है. फाइन. चाइल्ड तो चलो सेम स्कूल कर देते हैं. एंड ड्राइव अ बाइक. फैमिली ए 25,000, family B 25,000. Family A is the proud owner of a 2 BHK flat. Family A owns a Alto car. Family A's दो बच्चे ना, children go to a good school. Family B on the other hand, 25,000 rupees per month is the earning. Number 2 is your child go to the same school, but they live in 2 BHK rented flat and they drive bike. Now if I ask you, based on the definition of Aristotle, जो definition दिया कि घर को कौन कैसे मैनेज करता है, वही है इकोनॉमिक्स. If the definition forwarded by Aristotle that economics is nothing but it is a science of household management, then who is a better economics, A or B? इस दोनों में से कौन है बेटर इकोनॉमिस्ट? कौन है? क्या लगता है? डेफिनेटली आंसर इज ए. व्हाई? डेफिनेटली आंसर इज ए. व्हाई? बिकॉज लुक एट देम. They have managed their house so well. They are the owner of 2 BHK. They are the owner of 4-wheeler. Means they have created more wealth compared to this family B. Family B से ज्यादा अच्छा मैनेज किया उसने हर चीज को. They are better economist. Got it? So if we have to define economics in a very simplified terms, then we will say that the word economics is derived from 2 Greek words, oikos and nomos. Oikos means household, nomos means management. So Aristotle defined economics as a science of household management. Fine? इसने इतना बोला. चलिए मैं लिखा भी दूंगा. ठीक है, फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं. सॉरी. So Aristotle said it, very fine definition. Thank you. Yeah, I am from Bihar. Yes, answer is A. Thank you. Okay. अब Adam Smith Adam Smith is the father of economics कहा जाता है. फादर ऑफ मॉडर्न इकोनॉमिक्स कहा जाता है किसको? एडम स्मिथ को. ठीक है, नाम सुना होगा आप लोगों ने. नाउ एडम स्मिथ said that economics is nothing. Economics is the science of wealth creation. इन भाई साहब ने क्या कह दिया? एरिस्टोटल का भी तक डेफिनेशन चलता आ रहा था. द एरिस्टोटल डेफिनेशन वाज द मेन स्ट्रीम डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, दैट economics is nothing but science of household management. But here Adam Smith said that economics is science of wealth creation. You call some country as developed country, you call some country as underdeveloped country. India is a developing country. There are 3 terms, right? Now If you go by the definition of Adam Smith, it is a science of wealth creation. Developed country means some country is richer than us. China, both India and China started at the same plane. 1947, India got independence, and Mao established the rule, communist rule in China in 1948. And look at China now. India is $2.9 trillion economy. China is $13.6 trillion economy. So they knew the science of wealth creation. Their wealth is much more compared to India. Their economics is better than India in that sense, you can say. America is $20 trillion, $21 trillion economy. Their wealth is much more compared to India. They know the science of wealth creation better than anyone else. The valuation of Infosys is $50 billion. But the valuation of Apple is $2 trillion. Apple का $2 trillion वैल्यूएशन है. Infosys का कितना है? $50 billion. कितना नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो होगा? सोचो, इमेजिन करो. Do you understand? So Apple knew the science of wealth creation much profoundly, more profoundly, better than Infosys. That's why they are Apple, we are Infosys. So इसने definition को थोड़ा change किया. It gave more shape to the definition of आपका economics का. Got it? Now अब रीसेंट व्यू, आप कहेंगे कि सर रीसेंट व्यू क्या है? रीसेंट व्यू और रीसेंट डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स क्या है, आप कह सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो एक इकोनॉमिस्ट हैं लियोनेल रॉबिन्स. वेरी फेमस इकोनॉमिस्ट लियोनेल रॉबिन्स. ओके, अब लियोनेल रॉबिन्स को डिफाइन करने को आया इकोनॉमिक्स को, तो इसने कैसे डिफाइन किया? हाउ ही गेव द डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स इन मॉडर्न टाइम. ओके, इट सेज इट इज अ साइंस which studies human relationship with the scarce resources. इसने ये डेफिनेशन दे दिया. सबसे कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव डेफिनेशन अभी तक का इकोनॉमिक्स का यही है. ओके, इट इज अ साइंस विच स्टडीज ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप विथ द स्कार्स रिसोर्सेस. मीन्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू. Everyone is trying to consolidate themselves. Everyone is trying to make themselves secure. हम अपने आप को सिक्योर करना चाहते हैं, आप अपने आप को सिक्योर करना चाहते हैं. One of the most important thing is money. Financial security is one of the most important thing. I will not say that it is the only way through which one should go about security, but नॉर्मली ह्यूमन का टेंडेंसी है हम अपने आप को सिक्योर करें. एंड वी वांट टू गैदर सो मच ऑफ रिसोर्सेस. नाउ ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप विथ स्कार्स रिसोर्स, जो हमारा जो रिलेशनशिप है, द फंक्शन एंड फंक्शनलिटी, द अप्रोच, जो तरीका हमारा है, that we adopt in order to प्रोक्योर मोर एंड मोर रिसोर्स। ये जो टेंडेंसी है वो है इकोनॉमिक्स कहता है। दिस इज द मोस्ट एडवांस्ड डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स। बट फंडामेंटली यू शुड नो ओनली वन थिंग, व्हाट एरिस्टोटल सेड और व्हाट एडम स्मिथ सेड। ओके, ये डेफिनेशन नहीं भी दिमाग में रहेगा चलेगा, यू डोंट हैव टू बॉदर मच। ओके, सो राइट डाउन फ्यू थिंग्स, पुट अप द हेडिंग, एक हेडिंग दीजिए, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय इकोनॉमिक्स, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय, यस मानस एब्सोल्युटली, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय economics? Under that, write down the word economics, the word economics is derived two Greek terminologies, derived from two Greek terminologies, oikos, यहां पे लिखा हुआ है बोर्ड पे देख लीजिए, oikos and nomos, oikos and nomos. Full stop. Oikos means household, and nomos means management, nomos means management, full stop. Therefore, in the words of Greek philosopher Aristotle, economics is the science of household management. Household management. Okay. Paragraph change. Change your paragraph. Father of economics, Adam Smith, in his book titled Wealth of the Nation, gave a more comprehensive definition of definition of economics, where he defined economics as a science of wealth creation. Parachange. In modern times, parachange. In modern times, the role and function of economics, has gone a sea change, in this context, economist लियोनेल रॉबिन्स, यहां पे देख लीजिए बोर्ड पे लिखा हुआ है, इट इज रिटन हियर, लियोनेल रॉबिन्स says economics is a science which studies human relations with the scarce resource, human relations with scarce resource to meet their ends, okay. Fine. Okay, now पहला क्वेश्चन हमने कवर किया, व्हाट इज इकोनॉमिक्स। दूसरा क्वेश्चन, व्हाई ठीक है, ये है सवाल. Why economics as an academic subject and economist as a profession grown in prominence lately? क्यों बढ़ गया है ये? क्वेश्चन लिख लीजिएगा. देखिए, I'll give you example whether it has increased or not. ध्यान से सुनना. If you apply after class 12th, when you go to grad school, if you want to apply for Delhi University, okay, then the cutoff marks for economics discipline is 99%, 100%. Cutoff is 100%. Imagine. Okay? But if you see the subjects like sociology, or maybe political science, geography, or other subjects, it's very less, 91%, 92%, 93%. But economics के लिए बहुत ज्यादा होता है. Similarly, if you want to apply for great university like Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, Yale, Stanford, those kind of school, if you go to their website and check what are their tuition fee, उसका fee क्या है different courses के लिए, तो you will see the fee for economics is almost twice the fees for sociology, political science or geography for that matter. Okay? Means कोई चीज का दाम ज्यादा क्यों होता है? आपका डिमांड मार्केट में क्यों है? बिकॉज आईएएस का डिमांड मार्केट में क्यों है? बिकॉज द नंबर ऑफ आईएएस ऑफिसर इज वेरी लेस. So if there is something which is not in abundance, then the demand of that product goes up. Economist or economics इसीलिए. Economists are given due import. If I ask you, give me the name of 5 sociologists, you may not remember. Or if you remember them, then you may stumble with 2 or 3 names perhaps. But if I ask you the name of economist, आप बोलोगे रघुराम राजन सर, आप अमर्त्य सेन का नाम ले सकते हो, बहुत सारे नाम ले सकते हो. They have like superstar like status. Economist has. Why? Question is why? है ऐसा we understand. But why? Reason is that they are the people who suggest government, who suggest companies, who suggest NGOs that how to utilize your available resource. आपके पास जो रिसोर्स है उसको आप कैसे यूज करेंगे, इकोनॉमिस्ट बताता है. अब देखिए, पॉपुलेशन ऑफ वर्ल्ड इज राइजिंग, बर्जियोनिंग लाइक एनीथिंग. बढ़ता जा रहा है पॉपुलेशन. मोर देन 7 बिलियन पीपल आर लिविंग इन दिस. 700 करोड़ लोग से ज्यादा रह रहे हैं धरती पे. एंड विद इन फ्यू ईयर्स यू विल सी, बाय मे बी to 20 years down the line, it will be 9 billion people, 900 crore people. But is the earth expanding as well? अर्थ भी बड़ा हो रहा है क्या, जैसे ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन बड़ा हो रहा है? इट्स नॉट हैपनिंग. अर्थ कांस्टेंट, पॉपुलेशन burgeoning, population increasing. Means the earth has limited resource, whether it is mineral resource or any kind of resource that you want to talk about. It has limited resource. But population is increasing every single minute. As I speak, population बढ़ गया होगा. So if in that context, it means we have no choice but to manage our resource in such a way that it will be possible to feed and satisfy the need and want of billions of people. और ये काम करता कौन है? Who does this job? Economist does this job. इसीलिए इसका प्रोमिनेंस बहुत ज्यादा है. Got it? For example, और एक एग्जाम्पल देते हैं. For example, India's land resource compared to global average. India has only land resource of 1 point, little over 1.4%. But it has population of more than 16% or nearly 17%. So how India is going to manage with such a limited portion of the land and with such a huge population? This is a big challenge. Who is going to answer the question to this challenge? Economists are going to answer to this question. That's why economist profession और economics as an academic discipline का बहुत demand. ठीक है? तो लिखिए, ये वाला लिख लीजिए क्वेश्चन. Why economics as an academic discipline and economist as a profession grown in prominence? ओके, इसके नीचे लिखिए major role of an economist, major role of an economist major role of an economist is to suggest or identify the best and most efficient way to utilize the available resources in order to satisfy the need and wants of the population of the population. Para change. Since the global population is rising, however the resources are limited. Therefore, it is a grave challenge. To sustain the growing demands sustain the growing demands hence, full stop, hence economics as a discipline has grown in prominence. Discipline has grown in prominence. Grown in prominence. Fine? Chaliye. Two questions we have covered. What is economics and the essentiality of economics. अब पढ़ते हैं क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम. ठीक है ना. We have some questions, sir. I have Nausad Sindhogan, Indian economy. Can I buy or not? If you have already bought, then no need to buy a new book. If you have not bought it as of now, then the books that I have recommended you should be buying those books. Fine. चलिए. Classification of economic system. So, whenever we have to classify, कभी भी हमको क्लासिफाई करना पड़ता है, कभी भी we have to identify the types, other things. What do? We take certain parameters. Okay? Now we hear very many things like developed country, developing country, underdeveloped country, capitalist country, socialist country, communist country, मैक्रो इकोनॉमी, माइक्रो इकोनॉमी, इतना सारा दिमाग में है क्या? व्हाट इज दिस? वी हैव टू सेग्रीगेट इट, राइट? नाउ क्लासिफिकेशन विल हेल्प अस टू सेग्रीगेट इट. हम लोग को इसको अलग अलग करने में क्लासिफिकेशन मदद करेगा. So what did I say? That whenever we have to classify something, we take certain parameters. अब एक बास्केट में अगर मान के चलो रख दिया, ह्यूमन को रख दिया, एनिमल्स को रख दिया, एनिमल्स में मान के चलो कार्निवोर को रख दिया, हर्बीवोर को रख दिया. नाउ इफ यू वांट टू नेम इट, इसको अगर नाम करण करना हो तो कर पाओगे क्या? वेरी डिफिकल्ट. डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर देयर. यू कैन नॉट गिव अ स्वीपिंग वन कमेंट फॉर दिस बास्केट. That is a basket of human, you can't say. It's a basket of animals, again you can't say because there is human. So what do? We classify it on the basis of certain parameters. तो उसमें क्या बोलेंगे? ह्यूमन का पैरामीटर्स में ह्यूमन आ जाएगा, एनिमल में कार्निवोर आ जाएगा, एंड हर्बीवोर आ जाएगा. Got it?